Hello everyone, I'm Kalina Brody and I'm going to be giving a quick presentation on organic business incubators and specifically focusing on Brooklyn's Dumbo neighborhood. So Dumbo stands for Down Under the Manhattan Bridge Overpass. So it is where the red box is. Here is some images of it in the early 60s and late 70s. You can see pretty neglected and ignored, but the potential to be beautiful. It was a declining industrial area. Factories and warehouses were closing. There was job shortages that ultimately led to the population decline in the 60s to 70s, limited public resources, and lots of abandoned buildings around this area. In the 70s to 80s, landlords started to put low prices on these warehouse spaces because it was better than making no money from abandoned buildings. So artists who needed cheap studios fit the demographic perfectly. And the 80s to 90s, Dumbo became a really cool place for artists to go. It attracted even wealthier residents and businesses at this point because of all the economic engines that these artists were bringing to the table. And the 90s to 2000s, there were formal conversions. So there was investing, and it was beyond just the landlords and the artist. This was the start of the economic boom in Dumbo. Now, this is present day, and Dumbo is known for its breathtaking views. You can see how much light there is now, especially on this street image to the left, all the people out and about. What I really want to highlight about these photos, as well as all the people in life, you can see compared to these photos that look pretty desolate and scarce. It is an unofficial startup hub. It's artist driven. There's no government support. It's formed unintentionally and it's survival based. So the artists came to this community to survive. There was cheap living, and landlords put out cheap spaces as well as to survive and bring some sort of income while most of their spaces were going abandoned. The one on the bottom showing how they were all building blocks to this community. And as you can see, they've really taken advantage of this. This is their website. So you can see there's many options of events, exploring, art, just getting the community involved. And I feel like that is a big part of um, the organic business incubator aspect that they brought so many years ago. So it's cool to see that still reigning true to this community. So what grew Dumbo? The people and the potential. On the left, you can see this is an artist um, during the 2000s who found Dumbo as home, and this is one of his most popular pieces. So the perseverance of the people and the potential of this beautiful landscape set Dumbo up to be a great business incubator area. And here's the estimated population of Dumbo over time. So you can see after the landlords and artists started working together in the 80s, and specifically artists really tried to get their own small businesses going, their startups, and doing this as a means of survival. So they drew in this population. And the economic strengths that are present here are attention, or that came from the organic incubation process, attention from investors, increased real estate value, walkable landscape with multi-use buildings, strong presence of artists, tech startups, growing population, and increase in tourism. So these are all ways that the economy has benefited. And here you can see an Etsy office in Brooklyn and a market space where there's small businesses, vendor booths available, as well as co-working spaces. Here's some business sectors that are significantly benefiting. And from to the right is an image of a co-op space where vendors can go. So tourism and hospitality has definitely benefited from the rise in population. Housing, real estate, creative industries, and tech and research, most importantly, as you can see to the right, these are all startups that began in Dumbo, one of the most famous ones being Etsy. So it is a really good place for people to go and be surrounded by others with the same determination and goals, as well as a place people can go where there is attention from um, investors and people who can help grow your business. Here are just a few resources that I use to create this presentation and talk about the great aspects of the organic business incubator of Dumbo, Brooklyn. Thank you guys for listening.